Welcome back to Home is Where the Hearts Are. This is Build Episode 4. In the previous episode, we installed our underlayment walling and tediously filled every brad nail hole with wood putty. Then we sanded the walls and got ready to paint. We chose to go with Behr Premium Plus paint and primer. We loved that it was low odor and knew that it would hold up to our active lifestyle. We opted for our walls to be white to brighten and open the space since it is only 112 square feet.
All right, first paint.
We went with the 70/50 Ultra Pure White in a satin finish. We wanted our walls to reflect some light, but not have too much glare, so that's how we ended up with the satin finish.
All right, so we are back.
Hey.
We had to go get some more paint,
Yes.
some more brushes, and I'm gonna continue painting. You're gonna go put some brackets on some stuff, and then probably come back and help me.
Yes.
All right,
So.
go team, go.
All right.
Have a good time.
We did 2 coats of paint to ensure full and even coverage. By the end of the night, our entire ceiling and most of our walls were bright white, and the transformation really started to come to life. So, in real time, we wired our puck lights the very next day. The electrical process was a temporary beast for us, so we want to make a pretty thorough episode dedicated solely to our electrical. That episode will come, we promise. But for now, we wanted to share our lights being turned on and tested for the very first time. Don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss that electrical episode. To test our lights, we used a 12-volt jumper pack much like this. Since it has a positive and negative clamp like this, we were able to use it to test our 12-volt wiring. After weeks dedicated to the electrical, it all came down to this moment right here. James attached the jumper pack clamps to the 12-volt wiring and...
Please, oh please, let this be the freaking answer. Okay. All right.
Try to flip the switch.
Oh my god.
Look at that!
That's pretty too.
Wow.
Look at that, like it's
No.
it's not that yellow light. Even this has
Oh
a
yeah,
blue
it's
light.
got a light.
All right.
So if my calculations are correct, the office puck lights should also come on.
Oh my. Oh gosh, are you doing the
I'm
shower?
gonna do the shower. I'm gonna
This is unbelievable. I am astounded right now. This is so real. You wired correctly.
Oh my god, look at that.
Wow. Oh my gosh, this is a moment like.
We're gonna take pictures. Take pictures.
After a very happy dance and some pictures to remember the proud moment, our lights worked and were complete.
It's a great day. Why?
We are doing.
We are doing.
Do it.
We
Are doing it.
We.
Today is solar day. We are nearing the end of our electrical.
Like the end.
Yeah, like where it's all finished. We've tested our lights. We got our fan running. The USBs have to wait to be tested because we've got to put up the underlayment. But after that, USBs will be tested, and then our 110. But all of that, in order to be tested, the 110 anyway, our electrical needs to be done. And in order for that to be done, we have to run the solar.
Yes.
So we're kind of getting to the points of like, well, we have no choice but to do it.
Yeah.
I think fear maybe like was holding us back for just a little bit. But
Well, fear and the unknowing.
so today we're going to be putting our solar panels up on our roof. We're going to be raising the roof. Not really, that would be difficult. But we really are going to put our solar panels up. We really are going to run the cords down in, and we really are going to try to lay out our electrical by the end of tonight. That's our goal.
For our solar panels, we went with Rich Solar 200-watt 12-volt panels. These were really affordable, they had great reviews, and we love that it was from Amazon. To this day, these panels have been absolutely amazing and have definitely faced some harsh weather conditions. They're linked in the description for you to check out.
It's the exact same place we got our 200-watt panels from.
They are Z brackets for the solar. But yes, this is the part that is going to mount to the bottom of the panel, and then these are going to mount to the roof.
So it will be lifted off of the top of the trailer.
Yes.
How much?
So between 1 inch and
Not 1 inch.
7/8. Yeah, 7/8 and an inch.
Okay.
Inch. You can, that right there is a stud. The next stud is literally right here.
So about every 24 almost? Almost.
Yeah, roughly about every 24. Because right there and right there.
Cool.
So yeah, 24. But we're going to put them right next to the very end, right?
Yes.
So
So then coming out from that end, because that's where we're gonna put it right closer to the end, right? Okay. So it is my task to remove the lap sealant off of that square right there. You can see it, he Sharpied it.
After removing the old lap sealant, we discussed how we would install the weatherproof solar gland.
now, in order for me to do this drill hole, probably gonna have to take the ramp door down.
Okay.
So I can make sure I got enough room in there. So I'm gonna go do that right now. All right, here we go. Pilot hole in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, buddy. Whoop.
We up?
Yep.
Through. All right. So
Like the littlest hole we've done in our trailer. No biggie.
We got the area where the gland would sit pretty clean and then carefully brought our first solar panel onto the roof for installation.
Alright, so we've got the solar panel back up on the roof. We've got some cardboard down to protect both the roof and mainly the solar panel from scratches and stuff. So what are we doing, my love?
So right now, see our frame is only 24 inches apart on the top, on the roof, and these pre-drilled holes are farther than 24. So I actually had to measure in really about 2 3/4 of an inch from those to be within that 24-inch mark, so like just on the inside, so I can drill down into the bracket at 24 inches.
All right.
So what we're also doing here is we're taking, because we have to drill through this bracket, normally what happens is when you punch your drill through, it just goes through and you can't really stop it in time. So to protect these solar panels, because I've actually seen a couple of videos of people who did this accidentally, they drilled through and they put the drill bit right into their solar panel.
That makes it inoperable.
Yeah. And this is going to be here to protect in case they do go through. It's going to go into the wood instead. So,
James started with a small pilot hole and stepped the bit size up from there to make the hole bigger.
So he is feeding the screw underneath. We're taking this nut and the flat side, which is the side that's all marked up, we're putting down like that.
perfect.
We finished installing the Z-brackets on the solar panel and started measuring out precisely where the solar panel needed to sit to be installed into a metal ceiling stud. We use self-tapping metal screws to secure the solar panel to the metal stud.
We sure are.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks. Appreciate it. We're doing it because really in this market, we can't afford anything. It's so expensive, so we figure we can build this and off our savings, and we can live on what we make normally and make it.
Be able to save for once.
Save, yeah.
It was super cool to have a neighbor say that they liked that we were doing a build. It gave us the much needed boost to finish installing the second solar panel. Although James was slightly bummed about the bit that just snapped in half, he powered through and got the second solar panel secured to the frame.
Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move the ladder to the center or over there, and now we're gonna do the big hole for our gland. What we're gonna do is we're gonna connect
The one, this is your negative. This is your positive.
Okay, so female negative, male positive. We actually have to cut the ends before we run them down into that hole. So what do you have there? You have two males and a female. So both of our males.
These are the Y connectors that we use to reduce our 2 positive and 2 negative wires from the panels into 1 positive and 1 negative wire that would feed into the weatherproof gland and down into the MPPT controller, which we'll discuss in our electrical video. I don't know if it locked. Guess not.
Apparently, you gotta get Western with it.
We bought 15 feet of additional red and black 8-gauge solar wiring to give us enough length to reach our electrical box in the dinette booth. Those are linked for you in the description as well.
We are going to cut these ends, okay? And then we're gonna feed it through here, that's gonna go in here, like so, and then the wires are gonna come out of the bottom of this, down through the hole that we're gonna put right there, down through that channel.
Then we're gonna lap seal everything.
And we're gonna lap seal everything, all 4 of these mounts on each solar panel, and then all around here, and I'm what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill this hole down here so I can get this grommet put in place.
After starting with the 3/4 inch paddle bit, we noticed the grommet wasn't looking like it was going to fit.
1-inch drill hole.
And that would be why it didn't look like it was going to fit.
I wonder if I could like put this up in, attach it, and then like drill it out backwards.
Alright, so not reading the directions fully beforehand was totally our bad. But at least you guys are getting a glimpse of the reality of what it's like to do a build and the mistakes you're sure to make, no matter how simple they might be. We went through a lot of learning during this build, and we want to be honest about the struggles we faced. The next step was to cut the unnecessary ends off of the solar extension wiring in order for it to fit through the gland and connect to the solar controller. Okay, so as of right now, we've gotten both solar panels up. We've got them plugged in to the single connector, so it takes both and connects it to one. We got the hole drilled for the solar gland, and the gland simply just protects it from water.
Correct. Makes it waterproof.
And so we are tightening that down, and then we will put butyl tape on the bottom of the gland, screw it down into the roof, and then put lap sealant over that, as well as over each bolt. James made sure there was enough slack to prevent tension on the wires and connectors. What's the trick?
Putting my screwdriver up into the area right between, kind of hard to see it, but between the nut and the wall. Because if you just loosen it like this, I'll show you, the whole thing turns. But if you put your screwdriver there, it kind of acts as a stopper, and then it will stop it from.
Nice. Cool trick.
Stop it from moving.
As always, we did more than what was necessary to ensure we were protecting against water intrusion. We used butyl tape on the gland and used lap sealant on top of the Z brackets of the solar panels. We also put lap sealant around the gland. Finally, our solar panels were installed and the finished product looked great. The next task on the list was to start framing the main kitchen counter. Here's a layout of our kitchen counter. It'll be 60 inches long, 36 inches tall, which includes 1.5-inch countertops. This section will have 2 propane tanks for the stove, water heater, and furnace. This section will have 3 drawers for kitchen utensils. This will be where our furnace will be housed. And this section under our sink will house the water heater, trash can, and some other kitchen utensils. All of our framing was done with 2x2s and 3/4-inch plywood. We not only had to watch the budget, but we had to watch the weight we were adding to the trailer to ensure we were well under the 7,500-pound limit that our trailer could carry. The 2x2s were sturdy enough for what we needed, and they weren't as heavy or as expensive as the 2x4s. We used the Craig pocket hole jig to pre-drill and pocket screw all the frames together. This jig was a lifesaver and extreme time reducer. Pocket screwing is a much better way to attach joints and ensure they stay together, especially with the vibration and movement from mobile life. Again, we used 3/4-inch plywood for the exterior side of the kitchen counter framing. Nick and James got the frame fit into place and secured it by screwing it into both the wall studs and the subfloor.
Some bitches on there, dude. Man, that's awesome. Shit, yeah. Alright, I think what I want to do is get this pump mounted real quick. And then
Alright, brother.
Awesome.
What do you want help cleaned up with or what?
No, we'll get this.
James invited me out to see the framework, and everything really looked like it was taking form, and I was loving it.
All right, everybody. We are getting ready to frame in a shower. Nick's over here helping us again. Appreciate it, Nick.
Knucklehead neighbor.
Watch your back.
Okay, so we did use a few 2x4s, 6 to be exact. We only use these in 2 very specific spots for very specific reasons. We used 2x4s for the base of the shower in order to have extra support, and then we used 2x4s on one side of our shower wall, and that was only to have enough room to properly house the shower mixer that looks like this. We can't stress this enough, but use your square. It's so important to ensure accuracy of framing angles because everything after that, like tiling a shower wall correctly, depends on the precision of the foundation. Again, to show the reality of the build process, when James and Nick went to try and rough fit the first shower wall in, it was too tall. So they had to go back to the garage, disassemble, cut, and reassemble the first shower wall. To make the wall flush with the counter, Nick suggested that we use some scrap 2x4s to bring it out the necessary 1.5 inches. The guys finished up for the night, and the next day it was our job to permanently attach those 2x4 spacers to the frame. We did so by first drilling some pilot holes so the wood wouldn't split, and then we used 2-inch long screws to attach them together. To attach the shower frame to the trailer wall, we went big. We used 4-inch long, 3/8 inch hex head lag bolts to secure the shower frame. James measured out the location where each lag bolt would go through, then he drilled a small pilot hole in both the frame and the wall. We did a little cleanup before trying to attach the wall, and then we fit it into place. After rough fitting it into place, we tried our best, as you can tell, to make it level, but nothing we did was working.
Okay, everybody, while he begins that, we had to go, the whole trailer was off level, and we had to go to Harbor Freight, thank goodness, they're open, to get 2 scissor jacks, because the way that the trailer is sitting on the sidewalk, kind of wonky, which was throwing off whether or not the shower frame was level, and it was driving us crazy. So we got some scissor jacks, and now he is getting it into the wall. We're going to continue to level and make sure that it's straight so as not to, in the future, mess up our tiling.
After a little more forced persuasion, the shower wall was finally installed. Next, it was time to cut and install the plywood backing for the shower walls. We did decide to use 3/8 inch plywood for the shower faucet side and back wall because the thickness was perfect for the shower tile we ended up choosing, and we had one leftover 3/8 inch plywood sheet, and of course we wanted to be budget friendly.
I literally just did that in the garage, but I was like this, and it just stayed right there.
Thank God for eyebrows.
I was trying to look really cool, like I was reloading a firearm or something.
Look at that. You did the complete opposite. But you make me laugh, baby.
Well, that's all that matters, that isn't it?
We did use our Ryobi cordless brad nailer to get the plywood hung, and then James added screws to the four corners for obvious support. Just a pro tip, for any long cuts on sheets of plywood, we would highly recommend getting a chalk reel to quickly and accurately make straight lines.
Oh, look at that, baby. Alrighty, we got this plywood wall in.
And that's it for episode 4. Join us on the next episode where we finish the shower framing, start on the closet and overhead cabinet framing, and even take our home on wheels on its very first test adventure. Thanks for watching Home is Where the Hearts Are. Don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any future episodes.